Our ideas about the American family have certainly evolved with modern times.
But now at least one state wants to make it official that children can have more than just two legal parents. Family law attorney Miles Mason is here to help us understand how this would work. Because this could get really complicated, and the other part of that is, this is California looking at this, do we think it's going to get to the Mid-South?
It will be a while. There's no question about that. And several other states allow more than two parents
to have a legal presence in the child's life.
Parenting is two concepts: legal obligation to support, aka the child support obligation if the parents break up, but then the right to spend time with the child and have decision-making authority over that child.
As we mentioned earlier also, Miles, that it seems like the definition of the family, or maybe even an alternative family, has really changed dramatically. What is that common definition? Is there one out there these days?
Absolutely not. There is no common definition. What we see most often in the Mid-South is grandmother trying to assist with a grandchild because a parent is struggling either with some type of addiction or criminal history, that sort of thing. So we see that quite often, and all family lawyers in Memphis work those cases on a regular basis. So that's there. We also have grandparent visitation rights, where a grandparent doesn't act as a parent but wants visitation rights, and those cases crop up from time to time, as well as step-parent visitation rights can be asserted at the time of a divorce.
Okay. So, but what California wants to do is what? Create, before a problem exists, a plan where it says, like, let's say you have a lesbian couple and the biological father is a part of the child's life.
Right, and it doesn't have to be a gay couple.
Right.
It could be a regular couple that is trying to conceive, and one of the donors of genetic material wants to be involved with the child's life.
So it's like the uncle.
Could be.
Or acts like an uncle.
So what is the perception here, though, Miles? What do you think when it comes to this? Is this someone essentially trying to point the finger at maybe gay couples?
It's possible. It's very possible. But the rules that apply in this issue between gay couples and straight couples have the same legal issues and the same legal problems, because what happens in assisted reproductive technology, where you have an egg donor or a sperm donor, you have a carrier of the egg, and then you have the intended parents, you have this soup of interests.
Lord, you could have like 6 people.
Exactly. and it doesn't have to be gay or straight. It's the same problem whether it's gay or straight.
I can see a problem, because where does it stop? Let's say you decide ahead of any problem that we're going to have 3 parents involved because the biological dad wants to be, and then the couple who's infertile. So you have 3 parents. He doesn't just get a say when there's a problem. He might get a say as to where I want to send the kid to college. Or
that's where the details get murky. And California would not be the first state to adopt this. There are other states that have adopted. And all it means is that a third parent can have legal rights. And it also messes with tax law.
Wow. How does that apply?
Child deduction.
We don't want to give that up.
Also, Miles, breakdown. We understand what's trying to transpire out in California. What are we seeing right here in the Mid-South, right through here now, especially the state of Tennessee?
Well, assisted reproductive technology in itself is growing here, but it's growing in other parts of the country a lot faster. And we could have that discussion of why that is, but it's going to come here. We do see some of those issues, but what assisted reproductive technology problems from a legal standpoint bring to us is, what do we do when parties enter into a contract and they have a genetic donor and you have a carrier of the egg or the sperm and the in vitro fertilization, and then somebody changes their mind?
Oh, so that's contract law, right?
Well,
who knows?
But if the person who wants to assert parental rights has had significant contact with the child over a number of years, maybe as a primary caregiver, and has donated genetic material to creating this child, isn't that person really making a claim that they should have rights to a child?
There's a lot of parents out there. I guess, as they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and I guess we really mean it in this case.
Miles, you'll always have work, and that's a good thing. All right, well, up next...